This is a very Mercury retrograde conversation. I'm saying one thing and you're twisting everything.
Hey there, it's Marley Majcher. Before we dig in, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell because you definitely don't want to miss another glorious disaster here on Every Day's a Train Wreck. Because missing an episode, now that would be a train wreck. Let's get to it. Welcome to another episode of Every Day's a Train Wreck. I'm your host, Marley Majcher. And I have our fan favorite, Viola Murrone, on. She's an astrophysicist, a geophysicist. She's our former Chanel executive turned crystal healer Reiki fabulosity. So and by the way, if you haven't listened to her other podcast recordings with us, you must, because you will inevitably fall in love when you hear her say the word herb. Okay. On that note. Okay. Yes. So, Ms. Murrone, hello and welcome back to the show.
Hi, thank you for having me again. I always love being here. And in my defense, herb, I discovered that is the British pronunciation.
Caboose. Okay. So I told my poor Viola, she and I have so much to catch up on. And I said, we cannot catch up on anything until we get on the podcast. So inevitably our lives will bleed into this, but really we are taping this in the freaking flipping hot mess of Mercury in retrograde. And I'm telling you, when you texted me the other day and you're like, oh, Mercury is like full on in retrograde or something, I was like, no kidding. My world has already started to implode. So can you please start by saying, what is Mercury retrograde? Because I describe it as like, I'm like, oh, for a little while, Mercury flips backwards. And then I was looking at, not exactly, but you tell us your version and then we'll jump into the good stuff.
Yes. So first of all, yes, when Mercury is retrograde, I always send messages to many people. I always just, be mindful because energetically it's in a position that it has a power towards Earth. So for example, and it's physics. This is not woo-woo. I don't know if you have ever noticed, but some of the major breakdown, it happened to Facebook, it happened to WhatsApp, it happened to Instagram. They happened like 2-3 days in Mercury retrograde.
Well, I didn't notice that, by the way, because I'm not sure the Wall Street Journal is reporting usually on when the outages are and how they correspond to Mercury in retrograde. So I think a lot of us are maybe not getting those connections. That's why we need you on a podcast. Okay. Bless you for that. Now, one thing I did read yesterday, because I was like, maybe I should try to get this straight once and for all, is that there's something where it's Mercury, the planet Mercury is like the furthest away during these times or something. So it looks like it's going slower or it looks like it's going backwards. And that's why we say Mercury in retrograde or something like that, right?
If because of the orbit, it feels like it's going backward, and that's why we call it retrograde. And because of that position, there's, for example, a magnetic force towards technology, but also it does affect the mood and some, depending on in which depending in which sign is, closer to, it can affect us in different reasons. At the moment, Mercury is in retrograde.
With the herb, with the, yes. Okay, no. Go on, continue.
In Cancer. So even
it sure is. I got a couple cancers right now who are definitely retrograding. But all right, that's a story for another day. Keep going.
No, I do. I actually I have a few friends who are strong placement in Cancer, and they text me lately. They were like, "What is going on?" And I was like, "Well, it's still shadow, but yes, you're feeling it."
It's called karma is a biatch. Is the way I'd like to, in case anybody else is stalking my podcast who seems to. All right, keep going.
If we talk Mercury retrograde in general, okay, forget for a second about Cancer. Let's say, what does Mercury retrograde bring up normally? Normally brings unresolved past traumas, However, many people, they use it. They're like, oh, I'm feeling like this because it's Mercury retrograde. And I always like to say, yes. However, once you know, it's your responsibility to do something about it, to tackle it in a different way.
To me, it's anything with an on and off switch and communication. It's the equivalent of, like, yesterday at a meeting, trying to explain something to someone, and I am not kidding you. She's like, could you say that like using different words? And I was like, I am still speaking English, which is technically my native tongue. I was like, I'm not translating this into Spanish. It's just like, wow, we are really slow today. I'm thinking about this. I mean, I had explained things like 16 ways to Sunday, and I was like, okay, these were not tough concepts. And I was like, oh, thank you, Mercury in retrograde. And then the thing with the on and off switch, like my phone, I'm telling you, my phone is a descendant of Mercury in retrograde, because the thing has been freezing the last 5 days. My uploads I've been doing this whole computer project, which I didn't even dawn on me. Duh, that's a stupid thing to do starting end of last week. And literally, Viola, I feel like I've been going crazy. I should say crazier than normal, because all these files for, like, that we've had for a million years since we've had computers, I was trying to centralize them and put them on the Google Drive and, like, whatever, simplify our systems. In the meantime, like, Dropbox was syncing in the background, even though I'd already told it to stop syncing. So I'm, deleting these duplicate files. Then I'd come back the next day and they're there again. And I'm like, I know I just deleted these duplicate files. It's because everything was syncing in the background, trying to reopen. I'm like freezing my environment. And I just thought, what an idiot. I'm really thinking, what an idiot right now. No wonder it's taken me a week to get all this done. So, all right, back to you, our guest. We have Viola Murrone here live.
If it's not incredibly urgent, I'd wait for August.
No, August. What? I mean, like, it's only July. Where are we? July 2nd right now.
It takes about 28 days, like about a month, for Mercury to, go through the retrograde, and then consider, like, 7 to 10 days shadow period before and after.
I mean, that's just a joke. I'm sorry. Think about that. 7 to 10 days shadow period of something that's supposed to be like 21 days. It's like the shadow is as big as the freaking person. Okay. And that's why I just feel like I should do a cartoon. It's like, I am perpetually having a forward shadow of Mercury in retrograde, a backward shadow, and then as I get closer, my shadows touch of the next one. When is the next one coming? Like September 1st? I mean, we'll basically be out of it August.
The problem is because Mercury is really close to the sun, the orbit is like 80, 90 days. So we have about 3 every year.
Well, I would like to talk to Elon Musk about that. And I'd like to say, now that you're a trillionaire, I would could you invest some cash in taking Mercury in retrograde at least down to twice a year max?
No, but wait, listen to me. Communication.
I'm trying.
What?
Okay, I am really trying, and I want to tell you that if I'm not listening, it's because it's Mercury in retrograde. Anyway, keep going. I'll be here all week.
That, like I was saying before, once you know that is happening, it is your responsibility to kind of get ready. And sometimes just remember, because sometimes I forget myself. I remember like maybe last year, we were in Mercury retrograde. And I've had I can't remember exactly. I had to go somewhere and I couldn't find the keys of the car. I called my husband, was like, I can't find these. And I was crying. And my husband, who never believed in this before, and then I tell you how I got him to believe in it, to understand that it's true. She just said, babe, it's Mercury retrograde, remember.
And again, in case you haven't listened to Viola's past episodes, you want to, because you can hear about her hot husband, which we discussed at length. So let's bring hot husband back live just for a moment. No, okay. So the fact that he is even involved.
Mercury is also the ruling planet of Virgo and Gemini. I'm a Virgo, he's a Gemini. So a few years ago, because he didn't believe in it, when Mercury is in retrograde, we've had the worst fight over the most stupid thing. So I sat down once and I was like, you know what? Remember, we've had this fight for this stupid thing that day. It was Mercury retrograde.
To recount every fight we've had and the day, but leave it to a geophysicist like Viola to say, to map it to Mercury in retrograde. Okay, keep going.
Listen, I'm a Virgo. I can even give you the time.
Okay. Wow. Okay. I'm very glad I'm not married to you. Not that I need another spouse at this point. Let's keep going.
But he was like, he was blown away. He was like, oh my God, it's true. So now we're very careful during Mercury retrograde. Like
Okay,
two Mercury retrograde ago, and to tell you how relevant it was me being upset, I don't remember why, but I remember he said something that upset me. And I remember I
imagine.
jumped in his face and I said, I'm not gonna answer to you now because we're in Mercury retrograde. We'll talk about it in 20 days. And then 20 days later, I didn't remember why I was upset.
I think every therapist should have that in their tool belt, right? Is just say, because you got 3 to 4 options a year to just toss that out and be like, because ain't none of us going to remember, because like hothead.com here, who has all kinds of things she always wants to say. If I waited until Mercury's in retrograde to go over everything, first of all, nothing would go over because I wouldn't remember a blasted thing because I can't remember anything from today, tomorrow. And then, yeah, but that's a good tip because, and that, yeah, somebody in my life would really benefit from me doing that now because somebody in my life is about to freaking get there.
Virgo and Gemini get it really strong, but Sagittarius, and you're a Sag, and Scorpio also can feel it heavy. And at the moment, because it's in Cancer, whoever's a Cancer is feeling it as well.
I love that though.
And
That's
because Cancer is such a sentimental and sensitive soul, all these emotions come up for everybody. And consider Cancer is really attentive, really sweet, but they get hurt inside very easily. And because they don't like confrontation, unlike Sagittarius and Virgo, they keep it inside. And the problem is, I always give the example of having a rotten lettuce in the fridge. If you have a rotten lettuce in the fridge, it's yucky, but you do have to take it out and throw it away. You would never leave it in the fridge, no? Like if I tell you, oh, leave it in the fridge, you would think, Viola, you're crazy. But that's what we do with emotions. We let them rot inside.
Good point. That's a new one. I haven't heard you say that one before.
Sometimes I have these new examples that they come
rotting up. Lettuce in the fridge. Everyone, we are live with Viola Murrone. Okay, with the lettuce in the fridge. Okay. I would probably go for your herbs too. Okay.
You have rotten herbs in the fridge.
Okay. Okay, good.
So the thing is, like with the emotion, it is hard to take it out. But you have to do it. And that's what usually Mercury retrograde does. Mercury retrograde basically open the fridge, slap you in the face, and tells you, can't you see there's a rotten lettuce in there? Nobody likes it. You wouldn't like me to walk into your house, slap in the face, and tell you you've got something yucky in the fridge. But that's what Mercury.
The way I would like you walking into my house in any way, shape, or form, just for the record. But the second thing is, there is something about a Mercury retrograde and a rotten lettuce that coming out of the mouth of a beautiful woman with an Italian accent, somehow, I got to tell you, does not sound so bad. But so you guys need to watch us on our YouTube channel, The Prophet Goddess, so you can see what I'm talking about. But anyway, okay. So yeah, okay, I get it. So you take the lettuce out, you put it in the trash. In my case, I put it in the compost pile or it goes to the chickens. Yeah. All right. So keep going.
I tell you like two things that you can use to do this. One, which I love, and it's one of my favorite things, and I always say to everyone, I know many people don't like it, but journaling, it's such a powerful tool. And people that don't like to do it, you don't have to do it all the time. You don't have to do it every day. But every now and then, if you feel overwhelmed, pen and paper, and it's really nice to jot it down. And I always say, don't be politically correct. You're not taking this paper to send a letter and give it to someone. You don't have to reread it yourself. I never read again something I wrote down in my journal.
That'd be horrendous.
It's just to take it out, because the moment you keep it in, it becomes bigger. If you think someone is a bad person, you write it down, you slowly get it out. You might have to write it down 2, 3, 4 times. It's not magic.
Yeah.
But if you keep it inside, you'll be like living an episode over and over again. And what's the difference between thinking and writing? If you think about it, your mind can go really, really far and you can get lost. And it's more of the creative side. So you really go down a rabbit hole. While if you're writing it down, you have to use, yes, your creative side to remember, to think, to analyze, but you also have to do the rational part because you need to move your hand, you need to use grammar. For as much as you're not going to write anything perfect, you will have to put subject, verb, object, and you can go on and on and on. So you will put these two sides of your brain together and you get much more out, because also you're forced to have a thought until the end, instead of going like a crazy monkey up and down the trees.
Okay, so you recommend journaling, get it out, but you also have told me in the past to write it on the piece of paper and burn it. So what's the difference between, like, how do you know when we write it on the paper and burn it, when we journal, versus when we call you or when we just drink?
You call me all the time, and you drink
all the time.
Never.
Okay. Oh, that's, oh my
joking.
God, I forgot who I was talking to. I did forget who I was talking to. Okay, keep going.
I was going to tell you this, like, when you journal, it's up to you. Sometimes you just want to, if someone journals all the time, you can have a journal. What I do, I have a journal. When I finish it, I burn everything all at once. I don't burn. If I was going to burn a paper each time I journal, I was going to, spend my life next to fire, which I wouldn't mind anyway. But if you journal every now and then and you're like, oh my God, like, oh, I need a release, like you have this cringe and this energy coming up, then you take that piece of paper. If you want to rip it as well first, like, to really use this energy, rip it, burn it. A ritual that I really like to do is to use all the element. So you burn it using, of course, fire. Once you have the ashes, you add a little bit of water, second element. Then what you have, which is actually really good for plants, you give
have
it
a shit soup. Okay.
Yes. You have a little ashes soup and you give it to the plants. And so you're using earth, and then you blow on it and you use air. Stop laughing. And you use the 4 elements,
Okay,
and
so let me get this straight. You take your brain garbage, your lettuce from your fridge, you write it on a paper, you burn the house down, you put water on it, you mix it with your garden flowers, and then you blow on it. And then when the neighbors call Child Protective Services, please refer them to this podcast, because there ain't a person on the planet that would believe what we are talking about right now. Okay, but I'm glad we're using
I wonder
the 4
my
elements.
neighbors, because I do it on the terrace all the time.
Oh, that's right. Yes. I forget Bougie Girl, where Bougie Girl lives. She's got quite a terrace. Okay, so you know what? Yeah. All right. So, and that's maybe why you've got such amazing peppers and whatever it is. What are you growing out there right now?
At the moment, nothing, because I'm going to Italy and everything is going to die.
Wow. Well, so there we are.
My random plants.
Your random plants. Okay. Your snake plant. Okay.
Yes. No, I have not like tomatoes or peppers or everything, because they need care. These ones.
There you go.
What I love to say about these, like, when you give all these to the earth, you're also activating, let's say, a transmutation. You're changing negative into positive. Because if you think of Mother Nature, what do we give oftentimes to Mother Nature to make the vegetable best? We give them manure.
Manure, right. Yes.
Okay. To say it in a nice way, in a bougie way. So give poop. You give like something that for us is the yuckiest thing ever. And she gives you back flowers, and she gives you back the best tomatoes, cucumbers, peppers, whatever. So that's something that I love and I adore, and I recommend that to everybody. Not everybody like to do this kind of stuff. So something else that is really nice to do, particularly now because of the cancer and all this emotion and everything, is, maybe I don't pronounce it right, and you're going to love it. Hopefully I will.
I cannot
Get ready. Labeling technique. Is it right?
Labeling technique.
Labeling, like
It's
when you have a
right.
label.
Yes, I know what a label is. Okay. I am the English speaker here normally. Yes, I know what a label maker is. But what are you talking about labeling?
Because I used
What?
to call it label, and now I never
Oh,
remember if it's label or label.
no,
But
it's
anyway,
a
labeling, I got it
label.
right.
Okay.
It's an easy technique when you feel like a strong emotion. Let's say you say, I'm feeling bad. Okay. Bad is my emotion at the moment, but bad is really, general.
Right.
So you stop for a second and you go labeling. So I'm feeling bad. What is bad? Bad is like I'm feeling angry. But what is this angry? Are you angry because you're nervous? Is it disappointed? Is it fearful? So you go down like funneling
Like distill it
these.
down. Got it. Okay. So that you take a very broad adjective and instead you get very granular.
Exactly. So when you feel that you nailed really what you're feeling, then you see what it's coming from.
Mhm.
And then sometimes you can act upon it, and sometimes you just have to let it go. But the moment that you got to the bottom, when I go to do breathing in school with kids, I always give them this example. I always say, first of all, there's no bad emotions, there are big emotions. Even excitement can be uh, bad, because if you're
Yeah.
excited and you're in the classroom and instead of listening to the teacher, you jump and scream and clap your hands, that's not the right choice. Okay, so any emotion can be bad or good according to our choices, but the emotion itself, it's big, not bad.
Okay. I
Okay,
like it.
and that's for adults as well. And then I always joke and I say, like, think of Martin Luther King. He was very
Who?
angry.
Think of who?
You
Who?
pronounce it Martin Luther King.
Or Martin Luther King. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay.
Can you
I was not
The guy is
aware.
rolling in his grave. I'm so sorry for the
Yes, he's
pronunciation.
rolling. All right. Okay. MLK for those of us
Oh,
who,
so much easier. MLK. Yes,
yeah. Okay.
pronounce it.
If I
Okay,
were you, I'd stick to MLK. I think that might
it's
roll a little
easier
better.
pronunciation.
But
So
I can't wait
MLK.
to see where we go here because I have never, ever, ever heard of Martin Luther King mentioned in any kind of crystal Reiki conversation, as far as I know.
He's such a perfect example. First of all, because most kids know who he is, so it's easier to bring something that
Right?
they are aware of. And I tell them he was angry because something wasn't going right. He
Oh, good
he
point.
was
Okay.
considering that something was unfair. So
Hmm.
his anger was coming from something that happened that wasn't fair.
Hmm.
But he didn't go out there and punched everybody and shot at everybody. He did use his voice.
Hmm.
So
Right.
he was feeling a very big emotion,
Right.
but he knew where it was coming from
Yes.
and he knew how to channel it. And sometimes, not all the kids have ever heard it, but sometimes, like, if you ever listen to his big speech, like, I have a dream, he wasn't saying, I've had a dream last night and I was thinking.
About a dream. I don't know. Do you guys dream? Yeah. He
It
was
was
very,
very passionate. It was really
yes.
strong. You could feel that there was hope and anger and disappointment, that there are tons of emotions in there. But he
Yeah.
knew that that was the right way to channel the emotion.
Yeah. Right. No, here.
So
Okay.
anger is not a bad emotion. It's an emotion that if you use it properly, it's amazing. If you use it stupidly, no. And I was laughing last night. I've done a Reiki event last night and we were talking about anger. And man, when I was young, I had the worst road rage. I was
What?
unbearable. My dad used to joke and say that one day I was going to go home in a box into
No,
pieces.
please don't even say that. And that you don't even drive now, do you?
I do. I got my American driving license. I drive in Italy. I still drive in Italy, but now got my American driving license and I'm driving. And a few days ago, and that's why I was talking about it, I felt so proud of myself because someone honked the horn at me. And I was like, ah, whatever, who cares?
Wow.
Just kept on going. And then I have this wow moment. I was like, look at you, Viola, how far you've come.
Wow. Okay. Good. Good.
I
Good.
would
Good.
hit the brake and open the door when I was like 20.
Oh, okay. I find that hard to believe, but all right. Good. So that
But
we
that's
have
the
come a long
thing.
way.
what I do now actually is because I've been doing a lot of work on myself because I wasn't born calm and I wasn't born patient. I'm still not that calm and patient 100%, but I achieved at least the point where 80% of the time I can stop and breathe and act as a normal person instead of a crazy 20 years old.
Right. Got it. Okay. And so there would be no road rage in Italy next week or whenever you're headed there?
I'm going to be there in July. No, no road rage. Hopefully, no.
Okay. 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 Got it. Okay. Hopefully, no. That didn't sound as convincing. Okay. All right. I've got you.
I'm usually calm now.
Okay.
But that's the thing. Like once you understand where your emotion comes, and this is also like a silly example. You have that moment of anger when someone honked the horn at you. You're like, why?
Yeah.
But then we already know, particularly at a certain age, maybe when you're 20, no, you're like, oh, whatever.
Yeah.
So there are things that even if you have a moment of anger, you know that you should let go of.
Yeah.
And there are things that you do have to address. Like if someone comes and slap you in the face, you're not gonna let that go. You don't
Well,
have to
you and
slap
I
them.
are not.
You
You
can
and
get
I
the
are not.
person, yeah, and be like, this is out of line, whatever your reaction can be,
Mm-hmm.
you will have to act upon it, but ideally in a smart way.
Right.
Which is another thing important for Mercury retrograde. I mean, always, but in Mercury
For a
retrograde,
minute, I forgot what we were talking about. I mean, honest to God, for a minute, I just listening to you on that accident and the Martin Luther King, I forgot that we were still focused on Mercury in retrograde between your road rage and your poop on your plants. Okay.
no, I don't poop on
Continue.
my plant.
Okay. Okay. Go back. Listen, I'm just calling it as I see it. Okay. So, all right.
The thing is, when you have to communicate in general, but particularly in this moment, if you have to communicate on something important, ideally you should set an intention before because it makes the conversation easier. Let's say that we've had an argument, me and you.
Yeah.
Hurt people. So
Yes.
I might come back at you and just empty my emotion and my thoughts at you without thinking what I really want.
Mm-hmm.
Where are we going to get? Nowhere. I'll basically throw all my hurt to you. You'll throw your hurt back at me,
Right.
and that's it. It's silly.
Yeah.
We're not going to get out of it.
Right.
Instead, if I think and I'm like, okay, I'm upset, but what do I want? I want Marley to understand me. I just want her to listen to me. Or I just want, maybe we have a project and I want to finish the project. What am I looking for as an
Right.
outcome from this conversation? Let's say
Right.
that we just had a misunderstanding and I just want you to understand. Okay, so that's my intention. And another amazing thing that really helps is say the intention out loud to the other person. So I come and I'd be like, Marley, I just need you to understand me. So if you can listen to what I have to say, and then I'm open to listen to what you have to say so that we can understand each other. The moment we set the intention of understanding each other, we're in a completely different space. You'll be more open and I'll be more open.
Okay, and you don't think that's obvious? Like two people are going to show up, and of course, the goal is to have them. I mean, to me, that's a little bit like showing up at the podium and saying, "I have cue cards. I'm going to read off of them." So, okay, but you're saying just say it anyway, so the other person realizes you're not there to gun them down. You are there to actually try to fix it and understand each other's positions, and then move on.
The thing is, usually when we have such a conversation, the intention is not to be understood. The intention is to be right and overwhelm the other
That's a good
person.
one. I should have known that. Yeah, because that's definitely where okay,
So
keep
you
going.
see, it's a completely different position. From an angry conversation, you move on to a non-violent communication style.
Okay.
Now, at the end, you can agree to disagree. You
Right.
don't
Yeah.
always end up agreeing. But if you
Right.
start in a peaceful way and you're like, I'm open to listen to you, I might not agree, I'm not here necessarily for you to agree or me to agree, but let's
Right.
understand each other. And this actually, I gave this example of understanding each other because usually Mercury retrograde is miscommunication.
Right.
It's not only problem of, anger and everything. Is really like not understanding each other. Like you were saying at the beginning, like someone told you, can you say it with different words? It's
Right.
super, super typical of Mercury retrograde. And oftentimes I say to people, when you go explain something, you don't want to sound patronizing. So maybe say, sorry if I'm going to go in details, but I want to make sure that we're all 100% on the same page.
Right.
And then you talk to people, again, not being patronizing, but as if they were 3 years old.
Well, I have my PhD in that. Okay, keep going.
And also because sometimes something that for us it's obvious is not obvious
Right.
for other people. When I
Right.
used to work for Chanel, I used to train the sale assistant. And sometimes, particularly when I would train fragrances, I would tell them, don't give for granted because what people know, because we grow up knowing everything wrong about fragrances. For example, many people, I don't know if most people nowadays, but many people keep their perfumes in the bathroom. Worst place where to keep them.
Okay.
Because you would take a shower, it gets really hot and humid, and then the temperature goes down and changes the molecule of the fragrance. So if someone tell you that they keep it in the back, don't be upset. It's normal, don't get annoyed. But in every sale that you do, ask the person, be like, where do you keep your perfume? Don't give for granted that they know they should keep it somewhere else.
Okay, so let me just pause you right here. So you are telling us you train your Chanel salespeople not to yell at their customers using their Chanel perfume where they're storing it in their $1 million bathrooms due to the molecular change after a shower. Okay. That is absolutely
No.
what we are talking about during Mercury in retrograde. So you say, don't yell at your customers. Okay.
No.
That is sales 101. But I think it's very important. We might as well say the obvious. Okay. So Chanel, every Chanel customer out there, do not keep your perfume near your shower. Okay, keep going.
Anyone who has perfumes in general, not only Chanel's perfume.
Okay, got it. If you are at the dollar store purchasing perfume for the 4th of July, please consider storing it where?
In your walk-in closet, for example.
Okay.
The thing is, if we talk Chanel is very luxurious brand.
Certainly.
And when you have a client, you want to give them much more than just how does this perfume smell. You want to give them all the information and how to take care of the product so that it lasts longer.
Got it. So is this where you're sort of like, it is made of jasmine grown in the jungle of whatever?
The jungle is in France.
Viola's poo-poo, put it in the plants of the torn up on fire journal, and then we harvest we harvest the jasmine, we take it to Chanel, we churn it up.
This is a very Mercury retrograde conversation.
We yell at our customers and say, don't you dare put your $10,000 perfume in your shower. And then, okay, got it. I think we're
This is a very Mercury retrograde conversation. I'm saying one thing and you're twisting everything.
As usual. Have you met me? Have you ever listened to our podcast that we do together? Okay, keep going.
Go and say things that you might think people already know, but they don't necessarily know.
Got it.
So when you explain something during Mercury retrograde, don't give anything for granted.
Okay.
Don't think if I say do this, they'll understand all the process.
So with your Chanel training, would you also say, don't forget to brush your teeth this morning, and then talk to your customer before you yell at her? Don't forget to powder your nose and comb your hair. A grooming part before we yell at our customers. Okay. All right. Got it.
They don't yell at their customer. We're going to be sued by Chanel.
Oh my God. Okay. Chanel lawyers, everybody out there, I'd like to file some kind of, I don't know. Okay. I don't even know what I would file. Absolutely nothing. You guys are doing the filing. Okay. So keep going. All right. What's the next tip?
Breathing.
Come on. This is, you You gotta be kidding. Okay, breathing.
No,
All
it's
right,
funny.
let's.
Awareness.
Okay.
The thing is, like we were saying at the beginning, the moment you know that something is going on, you don't have more the excuse of I was, hot headed. I know. So you have to stop 1 second and think, what is the best action that I can take in this moment? And
Right.
sometimes just go for a run, like you don't
Yeah.
always have to face things, too harshly. And if
Right.
you can wait, even particularly to take big decision, I don't know, you want to sell a house, sell a business, launch a massive project,
Yeah.
think through it and give it a few weeks if you can, if you have the time.
Got it.
Because
Okay.
Mercury retrograde, unless it's something you've been thinking through for months already, then whatever, you've done your job. But
Yeah.
if suddenly this morning you freak out and you're like, oh, I'm gonna sell everything, don't do it now.
Okay, that's me every morning. Okay, keep going. What's next
Yes.
after you breathed your way through it?
Next, you book my next retreat in October.
Oh, thank you. You know what? Okay, thank you. We are at feelandheal.me as her email. Okay, so Miss Feel and Heal on Instagram. Tell us about the retreat, when it is, how you get there, the whole situation. Because you've got
Everything.
the venue now, right?
I do. It's going to be at Gratitude Garden Farm here in Florida. It's 2 hours north of Miami.
Okay.
I am looking forward to it. It's organic farm, USDA approved. So we're
Oh,
gonna
well,
have.
thank God for the USDA. Viola, there is not an American on the freaking flipping planet who would promote a health retreat and say it is a USDA approved. I mean,
It's
what are we in a
organic and it's
are we in a
important.
beef factory? Are they slaughtering cows over there? What is the
No,
USDA? Okay. All right. So
top
anyway, it's
it.
a Gratitude Farms is USDA approved.
Never
Okay.
podcast during Mercury retrograde with you.
I feel a lot better now that okay, keep going. So my feathered pillows, keep going, are we're gonna be
I
USDA
love that
approved.
place. It's really beautiful. They do mushroom and microgreens, but of course they have all different kind of vegetables. We
Okay.
will have a private chef preparing our farm to table meals, plant
Now, when
based.
you say it's mostly mushrooms and microgreens, are you telling me that is mostly what people are going to be eating?
No,
Because
is
this
that
is where I
what
do
they
my
specialize in?
okay. Because I was going to say that's where I need my snack pack again. Because I've done a few things with Viola, just so everybody knows. And if you are close to an alcoholic and feel like you might go through the DTs, Viola does not
No
let you
alcohol
drink.
there.
So yeah. So what I was going to say is, message me offline, and I will tell you how to ship a flask to Florida. But anyway, continue. I mean, you're talking to the girl today who just did a live TV segment on America's 250 about how to have a founding fathers cocktail bar with the quote, when tea is not enough. Okay. So all right. Okay. That I can't, not even joking.
I
Thank you,
love that
CBS.
about you. I love
Thank,
that about you.
thank you, CBS Los Angeles. Okay. Keep going. So,
No, because you ask about the venue, but the retreat mainly, like you've been to a couple of my retreats already.
yes, I love them.
The idea is really to find clarity, center yourself, relax. Most of the time, to really connect with yourself, you need to disconnect first. You know how life is fast, and I feel
Yeah.
that the pace of your life is one of the very high paced one.
That's the Autobahn of life over here.
Yes. Unfortunately, as you probably know very well, because of the life you live as a businesswoman and everything, being busy and being productive is not the same thing.
Absolutely.
So we are really gonna work on learning how to disconnect when we need to disconnect, to then be able to not only connect and be more productive and be more efficient, but to be able to really enjoy life. We will do, of course, always Reiki and crystal Reiki to relax and to bring this healing inside of us. But as you know, I don't believe in one resolve everything. It's not only
Right.
one fit all. If you do only Reiki, it's not gonna heal all your life.
Right.
And
Right.
if you only take action, it's not gonna heal all your life. You need to do a little bit of both.
Yes. Yes.
Also, I don't know if I told you, we will have Sonia Pelacani, who's a friend
Okay.
of mine. We grew
And
up
Sonia
together.
Pellegrini is who?
Sonia Pelacani, she is a yoga teacher. She's amazing. She is a professional dancer. We used to go to
Ooh.
high school together, and when she was 15, they call her for a, I don't remember the name now, but like a dance company in Nice, in France.
I
So
was going to say the Joffrey
15,
Ballet. No, I'm just kidding.
at age 15, she moved there with her
Wow.
grandmother. And I
Wow.
remember writing her letters, and she'd write back to me. And it's such good memories. And then she's been traveling all over the world, including when she was living in Vegas. She worked for 4 years with Giulio Scatola, who was taking care of the Cirque du Soleil.
Oh
So
my.
she's an amazing professional. And I'm super excited to have her, first of all, because I love her. Like, we just get on well, amazing with each other. I would say, person wise, she's way more similar to you than to me.
I find that hard to believe. And she lives in Florida, or
She's back in Italy. She went back to Italy a few
oh,
weeks
she's
ago.
flying out.
Yes, she's coming from Italy for
Oh my
the
goodness
retreat.
gracious.
And it was funny because when I told her the retreat, where I was talking, I build everything, and I was told her what's gonna happen, and she's like, "Okay, prosecco," and I was like, "No, amore, no."
Exactly. Yeah. 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 Well, she can just say, yeah.
And she's like,
There's.
"Not even on the very last
I
day."
know. That's what I don't understand. Is on the last day after you've cleaned and cleared, can't you go back to like, I love my prosecco? Okay.
The thing is, we're going to do energy work as well. And energy work, you really work with your body and the chakras and everything. And she's
Yes.
gonna get you girls and guys, whoever wants to come, to
Yeah.
do not only yoga, but some, movement that really, you move your body and your soul at the same time.
Yes. Yes.
Like emotions. It's motion. So it has a lot to do, not only like when you move your soul, you heal your body, and when you move your body, you heal your soul. It's very
Right.
important to connect them together. And I love doing it with her because she's very down to earth.
Okay.
And and we just work well together. We've done events online in the past. We've done events in Italy. This year we're not going to be able to because she has to work a lot outside. She's from, of course, where I'm from. But the other summers we would always do 1 or 2 events together. She does the yoga and I do the Reiki, and it's always so nice that we've been talking about it for a few years. It was like, let's do a retreat together. Let's put together, join forces. She gives the very movement and physical part, and I give more the soul healing, the Reiki, the reasoning, the thinking, the clearing the mind. So
you are really on a roll today. Does she like mushrooms?
I think so. Hopefully for her.
I don't know. Okay, you better run that by her. That's all I can tell you, because these people need to understand. Oh, I mean, and then when you're cleaning and clearing people, just know that there's a fire involved. Okay, where Viola is. Okay, because there's something about you gaze into the fire, and what does it take 10 years off your life or something? I don't know if Viola told us this. Well, yours truly is. Okay, well, there's some magic about the fire. Okay, wait a second. But anyway, yours truly was so focused on the fire and Viola coming around cleaning and clearing that I melted my tennis shoes. Okay, so she's like, you might hear or, pay attention, special things. And I was like, I'm like feeling, we're all quiet sitting around the campfire, and I'm like, I'm feeling a freaking tingling, man. All right, that's for damn sure. And I'm smelling something, and I was like, that is called the rubber coming off my Nike trainers. So
it's because you put your shoes so close to the fire. They didn't set on fire.
Of course it was, because I didn't get the memo, because you were not explaining like a 3-year-old, where you said, please keep your feet X, Y, Z inches from the fire. I was told, sit, get comfortable in front of the fire. I did. I had warm toes, which were melted off. Okay. So I had no tennis shoes after that. But anyway, what are the dates of the retreat?
October 23rd, 24th, and 25th.
October 23rd, 24th, 25th, 2026 at the Gratification Center Garden.
Gratitude Garden Farm. From the 23rd to the 25th. It's Friday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But of course, because they are specialized in mushroom, I love their mushrooms, by the way.
Of course you do. By the way, Viola is about 67 pounds soaking wet, and this witch makes you get in the sauna with her in her string bikini from, Rio de Janeiro. And, meanwhile, I'm stashing freaking chocolate dipped Oreo cookies in my bags and finding out how fast I can whip out my flask. And this witch with her concave stomach and 2 damn kids is okay. So just.
There's going to be also a cooking class.
Oh, great. So you can cook your mushrooms, not cook your microgreens. What I would recommend to everybody listening to this before you sign up is have a solid month of Manjaro under your belt before attending, so that this will not be the challenging situation it could be for the rest of the Americans.
No, but no kidding. Before signing up, I always do a call of about 45 minutes because it's a small retreat. You know how I deal with my retreat. I lead them very personally. So I always want to make sure that whoever is coming is in alignment with,
In other words, make sure Viola likes you. Okay. Viola, how do they? Okay. No, I mean, but you guys, it is a really great retreat. I mean, I have met 2 amazing friends there.
Yeah.
I mean, right? We don't. I mean, Miss Kate and Christina. I mean,
one is coming, one is pregnant.
Again? Kate is pregnant again?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So.
Okay.
No, I'm joking.
You think so?
She's pregnant.
Meaning she hasn't told the world, but she's told you, and now you've told the world for her. So I'm sorry to Kate's mother-in-law who did not know Kate is expecting. We will handle that on another episode of Every Day's a Train Wreck. Okay, Miss Viola. So how do they sign up? They can find you on your Instagram, Feel and Heal, or what's the website to sign up or find you?
So they can on Instagram. They can contact me at feelandheal.me, or they can send me an email, which is viola@feelandheal.me.
If you too would like to be a guest on Every Day is a Train Wreck, please send your inquiry to info@thepartygoddess.com. And on that note, Miss Viola, I love you to death. We will catch up offline. Thank you for your Mercury retrograde wisdom. Nobody put their Chanel perfume in a steamy shower. If you are not following our YouTube channel at The Prophet Goddess to watch these amazing videos of the podcast, you must. If you haven't subscribed, you must subscribe, like, comment. Send only a nice comment because today, quite frankly, I'm not in the mood. And love you guys. Mean it. We will see you next week on Every Day's a Train Wreck. Don't forget, these episodes show up every Wednesday, but only if you're subscribed to the channel. So I love it. Miss Viola.
Thank you.
Miss you, mean it.
Love you.
Love you.